minus points, and you can actually go yourself and download the trial version and see what is useful for you and what is not useful for you. Then you can choose what is the price that you want to pay or you want the free version. Then something like Elect Alive. Elect Alive is something like, as you can see, they're actually teaching primary schools. So they're teaching actually how to write, online. So so this is, of course, so many teachers may not be interested here, but for those who are primary, they're actually teaching kids like how to draw alphabets and later using online tools. So I have shown you because some of you might be interested in this kind of things. So that's a kind of very useful thing. And then now it comes to evaluation, the hardest part. Now the evaluation is a tricky things. Like for example, as I told you that the open textbook examination is not very useful if you have a huge number of students. So you'll have to devise a critical question for everybody, even if that means if you give them some kind of idea, then I mean you have to design your question in such like that they are not easily available in the book. Now, if you give that, please suppose derive the Pythagoras theorem, please prove the Pythagoras theorem. Then the students will immediately open the mathematics textbook, and you can, even if you don't study, then you can use it in 15 minutes flat. But you have to use that, apply the Pythagorean theorem to, let us say, evaluate the height of a person. Then it might be difficult. So you'll have to devise your question in such that, so the principle is that even if you give the textbook with the student in 15 minutes time, the students will not be able to use the book unless she has read it earlier. So that's a philosophy of OTBA, Open Textbook Examination. Okay. Other than that, if I want to conduct a real examination, just like an university examination or school final examination, that is very, very difficult to conduct online. Okay, it is very difficult to conduct online, but you can very effectively carry out your MCQ type, because MCQ can be timed. I mean, like I can make my MCQ open for 30 minutes. I mean, the moment the student starts, the 30 minutes starts. And after 30 minutes, students cannot. I will tell you some of the tools what you can use this to do. So, and then actually you can, this will automatically stop. But the thing is that MCQ, now you will ask me that even in MCQ also I can open book. But thing is that again, the question has to be a little bit critical, but not as critical as OTBA. So, but your question should not be completely, run of the mill stuff, like a very, very, very archaic question, like what is the speed of light, what is the velocity of sound, well, who has written Othello, who has written Iliad and Odyssey. So when the national education policy came into existence in India. So these are like a very, very guessable, you can guess, anybody can guess. So don't give those kind of questions. And because you have got to suppose 50 questions you have to answer in 1 hour, so, and 1 hour it will be timed up. So the students will not be able to even consult books. They will have to just click on, and you can actually use the tools to have negative markings, positive marking. I'll tell you how to do that. So that's the time when it comes Google Form. Now Google Form, again, I'm telling you, this is free for you to use. And so go back, ask your institution head, get your institute registered. In 1 week's time flat, you are ready to use this Google Form. Now Google Form is a very wonderful thing. I mean, I'll tell you that we are running our university using Google Form. The whole process of automation is actually use Google Form. It's very nice. So what you can do, many people will be knowing. I have created a mock test here. So it's a mock test. Given a final question, like who is the Prime Minister of India, Rahul Gandhi, Narendra Modi, Indira Gandhi, I have used as a, because there are some foolish people who can also take Indira Gandhi. None of the above. So this is a one question quiz mock test, and and I have used this. And this mock test I have prepared using Google Form. So you go to Google account, then go to Google Form. How to use? I cannot give you full demo and full actually training on Google Form in this short seminar. Every one of these actually needs a 1 to 2 hour talks. But I introduced the idea, and you can use it yourself. Okay, and I'm very prone to, you can contact me. I can tell you what to do. So this is a mock test. I have used a one question, as you can see. Who is the Prime Minister of India? You have to the multiple choice question. So you can only one of the clickable. So once you click, then and actually you can make this also required. Like sometimes every question has to be answered, and sometimes it is actually not like that. But you can make it. So if you click here, then you can see it become required. Every question is become distance. Okay? Now once you have done that, you can actually also include a timer here to show that the time will be recorded automatically. Now if suppose I have got the 30 minutes set up, 30 minutes time, and student has actually reported in 32 minutes, then you will be able to know that the student has actually crossed the limit. So you can have a something like questions can be also um, make it email. All the emails will be like this is the options. For example, collecting email address. Then you can actually say limit to one response. Limit to one response means the student will be able to answer only once, and for that purpose they will have to log in. This suppose I given to a student, she wants to answer, so she have to plus log into Google using her Gmail ID. So Gmail ID she will use once, then after that she won't be able to view the form again. So once I have logged in, I cannot actually use this again on board. So this is like a limit to one response. So you can see that once a limit to one response, the respondent will be required to sign into Google, and once they fill up the and quit log out, they will not be able to go in once again. Okay, so that's the kind of things. And then you can also use now this is how it looked like a mock test. Email address, it's a required, as you can see, marked by stars. So unless the email address is given, the form will not open. So you can list this. You can also send the copy of my responses. You can actually click it here. Then whatever responses the student has marked, they will be automatically sent to them. So this way you can actually remove the doubts of the students. That no, I have answered this question, but sir has given me wrong. But this will show you what actually you have answered. So it's like a sending you the scanned copy of the answer. So you can everything you can do, all paperless. Now this is like one thing is that now like a controlling. Now this is like I want to put a timer on my form. How to do this timer? So suppose I want to give a timer. How do I do that? So I can use a Google site. Again, everything is like a Google education institution. A timer. Here you can see that included. I mean, I can tell you in the timer is included in the form, and automatically the time is recorded. Like when the student has submitted this, automatically this is recorded. Now this is a timer. And now through a Google site and a free countdown timer, you can set a visible timer in your form. Now this is a visible timer. It will not actually expire the form, but it will only time. But that is not very useful. Sometimes you want form to be expired.
আমার এখানে করছিলাম ব্যাটারি